China, the civilization that refused to die. Every great empire in history fell. Rome collapsed, Egypt faded, Babylon vanished. But one civilization broke every rule of history. China, a civilization that collapsed not once, not twice, but dozens of times, and yet, it always returned, stronger. Why? Long before modern nations existed, before skyscrapers, machines, and global empires, China was already learning how civilizations survive. Beside great rivers, people learned to stay, to farm, to organize, to build order from chaos. And from that order, something powerful was born. An idea that rulers ruled not forever, but only as long as they deserved it. Heaven could give power, and heaven could take it away. Empires would rise, they would rot, they would fall, and China would begin again. Then came an age of endless war, 7 rival states, millions dead, a land drowning in blood and fire. And from this chaos emerged a man history would never forget, Qin Shi Huang. He burned books, buried scholars alive, crushed all who resisted him, and for the first time in history, he united China, not with peace, but with fear. He standardized money, writing, laws. He didn't just build an empire, he built a system, roads that crossed mountains, walls that cut across the earth, a structure so strong, it survived his death. His dynasty collapsed almost instantly, but his idea never did. Then China entered its golden age. While Rome expanded in the west, China ruled the east. The Han Dynasty turned China into a superpower. Silk crossed deserts. Caravans linked worlds. Paper, science, armies, and bureaucracy reshaped civilization itself. China was not surviving anymore. It was leading. But history is never gentle. Empires fracture, power corrupts, and China shattered again. For 400 years, war, betrayal, chaos. Warlords fought, families starved, millions vanished into history. And then, the storm arrived. The Mongols, the greatest war machine the world had ever seen. Cities fell, empires burned, China was conquered. And yet, China did not disappear. It absorbed its conquerors and rose again. The Ming Dynasty rebuilt what was broken. The Forbidden City rose. Great fleets sailed the oceans. China stood at the center of the world once more, until history turned cruel again. Foreign powers arrived. Cannons spoke. China was humiliated, weakened, divided, exploited. It looked like the end, but it wasn't. Revolution followed. Blood followed. Everything changed. From ruins, a new China emerged, and in just decades, it achieved what took others centuries. Factories, cities, technology, power. Today, China stands once again as one of the most powerful forces on Earth, not because it never fell, but because it always rose. The true power of China was never walls or armies. It was survival, adaptation, endurance. This is not the story of a country. This is the story of a civilization that refused to die.